Sexy sounds and top music.
With Bro Loach.
Live in the building.
Yo, DJ!
That's how we do it.
You're in the mix.
You're in the mix with Not For The Weak Pod.
Welcome to commercial-free radio.
It's not radio, dumbass.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Let's make some noise.
On the troll.
This show will begin now.
A perfect example of a person that could just switch jerseys and make a total explosion on the scene at first was Russell Wilson. No, I mean, it went from looking super good. We went and changed this. We started putting some respect on his name. I feel bad, man, because like this was such a roller coaster where it was just like, and then you just see Lamar, Holmes, and Hurts, and then it just started going downhill from there.
Yeah, man. I mean, Russ is just one of those people. Either you like him and you roll with him, or you just don't. I have never been a Russell Wilson fan. I don't care what jersey he puts on. There's just something about him that I just don't like. There's just something about the way he leads, the way he talks. Something about him that just
whack. His jewelry, whack. His foot stance, whack. The way that he talks, whack. The way that he doesn't even like to smile, whack. Me, I'm
I don't like it, right? He doesn't, to me, he doesn't command the room or command the offense in ways that other elite quarterbacks do. Doesn't mean he doesn't manage the game, right? He can do that. He's proven that. He can manage the game. But in terms of if I wanted to go to war with somebody, he's not in my top five.
Yeah. So we could say that the Steelers have overachieved a little bit, like for this season.
I would think that is a reflection of their head coach and their executive team. They have definitely done that. He is one of the best head coaches in the game. There's a reason why he's been with that damn team for so long. There's a reason why he's as respected by everybody around the league.
Yeah.
I mean, hands down, that is, yes, they have for sure overachieved.
I fucking love that answer. I love that answer.
No ifs, ands, or buts. When that went down with Russ and you saw where he was going, everybody had immediately been like, "Oh shit, good luck. Y'all win a handful of games, great." Right? That was just the reality, right? Because of what happened with the previous team. Again, he's not somebody that screams, "I want to build my team around him." Like you just don't.
But I think he's gonna be with another team next year. I think another team's gonna sign him. But I don't think he stays there with the Steelers unless they have a Cinderella run.
That'd be the only way that he stays there. I think is if they do something magical, then you keep him around. But again, I think you look at his personality, his demeanor. I mean, hell, it took Sean Payton a whopping, I think he had the job for like 10 minutes before he said a whole bunch of negative shit about Russell.
Yeah.
I've never been around a player that has his own, personal QB coach just walking around the facility. We don't do that shit, right? Like there's just some people that doesn't jive. And when he went to Pittsburgh, I was like, well, they probably ain't going to jive there either, right? The personalities just don't match, right? So I 100% overachieve, and that's props to the head coach and to everybody else around him.
So I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Patrick Mahomes is scared of Joe Burrow. He played with an ankle injury against Russell Wilson and the Texans both weeks in a row. Injured. All he had to do was play today and win. But no, No, out of all days, the Chiefs are taking a loss. Miami, everything is going. Miami's taking a loss. Everything would have worked for Joe Burrow to motherfucking slide in that playoff spot.
Well,
Mahomes wasn't having it.
Patrick Mahomes ain't got nothing to prove, bro.
Man,
He don't,
that's
and
what
he
you
He
need
knows
to
ain't
that.
got
say.
nothing to prove,
He knows
man.
that. He's like, why am I gonna go like for what?
I know
That's
because
that's
I would
an
have
easy
loved to
answer.
see
It
that
doesn't mean that you
rematch.
like the answer, but his ass was never good. No, he's not. He has bigger
yeah,
fish to fry than that.
Man,
exactly.
that's the biggest fish he needs to fry. He can't listen. He can't do it, man.
He'll
Joe
deal with him
Burrow.
later. He'll deal
Joe
with him
Burrow
later.
is
Trust
a
me,
Patrick
that is
Mahomes
an easy,
killer.
easy answer. He's like, look, bro, I'll deal with you whenever you come around.
Yeah,
That's easy. He wasn't. No,
yeah. He wasn't
he's
gonna
not
play.
gonna do
No
that.
way.
Ankle hurt or not. No. I'll
Fuck
deal with
him.
you.
Fuck the Swifties. Fuck Andy Reid. Fuck Kelsey. Fuck that whole organization out there in Kansas City, man. They can get loud for them fucking selves. My
I mean,
co-host
I
right here,
agree with you.
as you see, my co-host is a Buck fan. Are we congratulating him, or we just say fuck him too?
I mean, to be frank, y'all doing okay. Y'all overachieved too. Just
Baker
saying.
Mayfield, my man
Hey,
Baker got
I
snubbed
love my man
for the
Baker.
Pro Bowl.
I love my man Baker, but y'all still overachieved.
And congrats to Mike Evans for breaking Jerry Rice's record for.
Hey, he's a baller. He's a baller now. It doesn't matter who's back there throwing the passes. I can tell you that right now. But with Baker and that organization down in Tampa, once Tom left, everybody thought that he was going to go from all the way here to all the way down here to what
Yeah.
you guys are doing down there.
Yeah.
I still think you guys are overachieving a little bit. I still think you guys need a little bit more weapons on the offensive side of the ball for sure. But you guys are doing all right. I mean, you're better than some of these other teams out there that are firing head coaches within 30 seconds of the game being over.
That's crazy. It's crazy to me. But yeah, man, the Bucks did like what they had to do today was either you win and you're in. So
Which I
let's
dig
see.
that. I dig that, right? I mean, that shows me that maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you guys are legit, right? Maybe you guys didn't overachieve that much because a
Yeah,
lot of teams can't do that shit.
I've watched every game this season with like the Bucks, and like the problem with the Bucks is that we just can't stop like the run. We can't stop the run. For some reason, we just cannot stop the run. And like the offensive side, I think we got a couple of rookies that really did well like this season, like Bucky Irving,
Yeah,
and which he just ran what for like 1,000 yards in his rookie season. I mean that
yeah,
was
yeah. I mean, you guys got some solid players, right? I mean, I don't think anybody expected them to perform as well as they did, so that's why I use the term overachieving.
yeah,
But
for sure, for sure.
if you look at the foundation of the team, the building blocks are there. So
Mhm.
now it's like, okay, if Baker's truly the guy, then let's get him a little bit of help. Let's shore up the defense, like you said. If you don't stop the run, it's hard to win fucking ball games in the NFL. So let's
Mm.
fix that problem, right? But let's start putting some pieces around him, kind of like, we talk about Burrow all the time, right? Like,
Mhm.
man needs some fucking help, right? Can't be running for your life and expect to be good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right. So when I say put some building blocks around him, it's not just offensive weapons, right? Give him a bomb ass left tackle,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, absolutely.
Give him a center that can go out there and just take control of everything, right? He doesn't have to worry about shit. I'm not calling out the mic. My center's going to do that, right? I'm
Mhm.
looking at the free safety and all this other nonsense, right? You start doing that with a guy like Baker who has this natural
Oh
competitiveness
man,
with him.
I love it. I love it,
I
man.
think you'd be surprised what might happen.
Yeah.
Yo, T, real quick before you get out of here. Last time we talked, I had really quick and pulled the trigger and had said that the Eagles was gonna win. Tonight, is actually my real pick. Who do you got winning the Super Bowl? Because I feel like them Vikings is gonna take over everything, man.
Man, they're better. They're better than I thought, bro. But
Yeah.
I I find it. I still don't see anybody beating Philly. I'm
Yeah, that
right
was our pick
now.
last time. Yep.
I don't like. There's not a lot of weaknesses, right? There's not a whole lot about them to where you could be like, bro, they're weak here. And the thing that I like I told you, was they just stay in their lane and they just do their shit, and you know it's coming, and either you can stop it or you can't. And guess what? They got a guy in the backfield that you know it's coming and you can't stop it.
Yeah.
There ain't a whole lot of teams that, because by the time you get to the playoffs, bro, we've watched every damn game you've played. We've probably watched every playoff game you played last year, right? We got weeks upon weeks of film. We know what's coming. Now it's just who's the better team, who's the better players. And right now, Philly has the better team and the better players, hands down, in my opinion. I don't know if you guys could pick another team. I hear Minnesota,
I put
but
Minnesota all day.
I just don't I don't see the dominance like Philly.
So we basically picking the Chiefs and the Eagles again in the Super Bowl.
I'm not even sure the Chiefs may make it there, but
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Or we could switch the Chiefs and put the Bills in there.
I'm not mad at that. I just get scared with them because, again, they have a tendency to try to do too much shit. I don't need all the trick plays. Just let Josh be Josh, right? Defense needs to maybe step up a little bit. They got some holes on the defense, especially in the secondary, right? Their secondary isn't exactly like world beaters, right? So on the AFC side, like, I'm not really sure. But to be honest, the way Philly's playing, like,
Yeah.
I don't think it matters who the hell they play.
What team has been the biggest disappointment of this year?
I mean, isn't it always the Cowboys?
Hey, he worked for them, Jay. Yo, he worked for them, bro.
Yeah. I worked for them for 6 years. I mean, on paper, every year, it's like, how do you lose? Right? You bring in all these different people in the draft. You bring Zeke back, which I thought was a great move, but then you don't utilize him in certain situations. And you look at Dak, and with Dak going down, like, yeah, that threw kind of a monkey wrench in it. But before he went down, you guys weren't even average on either side of the ball. You weren't average. You weren't average on offense. You weren't average on defense. You damn sure weren't average in special teams. But when you look at the roster, it's like, why? What is happening? What is wrong? What is the disconnect? Is it coaching? Probably is. Is it something else? Is it the GM? Is it the guy who owns the damn team who probably needs to relinquish some responsibilities to somebody else?
Yeah.
Maybe they need to go out and actually spend some money in free agency for once and take a big leap of faith. That's what they did back in the day. They keep talking about all these damn Super Bowls that happened 20 years ago. Well, shit, spend money back then.
And like, it's not like if the Cowboys ain't got like no money.
They're gonna be the death of Jerry, man. They're gonna be the death of Jerry, bro. I swear they are.
Well, now the fans are getting aggravated, right? It's the first time that fans are actually pointing the finger back to the guy that owns the team, and now he can barely do a radio show. It's the same radio show he does every day, right? And he's getting pissed at the guys asking him questions, but these are the same questions that people have been asking you for years. Why is it every year the biggest disappointment in the NFL is the Cowboys? Every year. What is the reason?
Too much pressure. I think it's the pressure, man.
Pressure
is
what?
8 years?
What pressure? You haven't won a playoff game in forever.
Exactly. You're America's team. It's so much.
Years. You're not America's team. Yeah, bullshit.
I mean, if you think about it, everywhere you go, T, there's a Cowboy fan. Everywhere you go.
Disappointed one.
Yes. Well, I mean, I understand now. I'm a Giants fan, so I understand. You're going to stand behind your team.
Disappointed Giants fan.
Yeah.
But
what?
just because you're likable doesn't mean that you're good. Like you watch it, you watch them today, right? Or you watch them in week 1. I mean, I don't give a shit when you watch them. Watch them in training camp. There's just nothing about them that's like you're ever gonna win. Like nobody on that team has that mentality. There may be like I'll give them maybe 2 or 3. Right. Micah Parsons finally getting pissed off and storming off. In reality, was that probably the best move for him? No, probably not. But at least it showed that he actually gave a shit. Right? There ain't a whole lot of people out there just caring.
Yeah.
Right? Like you guys are supposed to be the best team in the league. You're the most valuable sports organization on the planet, and you guys can't win.
Yeah. You're right.
You guys are giving up 200 yards to. Now I get it, it's Derrick Henry, but 200 yards to one damn guy.
Do you still have him as your MVP?
Yeah. Who's the MVP?
Last time he said Henry. I want to know what's his MVP. If it's still there.
I mean, to me, it's the guy who ain't gonna play.
That's what I said.
Because the record.
And that's another thing.
The record should have been broken. Right? He wasn't given the opportunity for whatever reason. Doesn't matter. Whatever.
Yeah.
But if you look at what he did, even what Henry did, if you could have dual, they should both get it. But if you look at the dominance at a position that typically isn't dominant in today's game, that hands down, should be no questions. He should get every single damn vote. Because again, for a running back to dominate today's game to where I walk in and I watch the film and the person that jumps out is the running back and he jumps out over and over and over again to the point to where I really don't even give a shit about your receivers. I need to figure out how to stop this guy.
Yeah.
That is something that doesn't happen very often.
Yeah, they need to separate the MVPs. They need a quarterback and another position because,
Who was the last, the running back, to win,
AP?
AP.
AP.
Same thing, right? A guy where you turned on the film and it was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
We have a problem. He's big, he's fast, he's strong. He can catch out of the backfield, right? Same thing Barkley's doing. Barkley's just doing it better in a smaller frame. In a game that's completely different, in a game that's more pass happy now than it ever has been. And he's literally just running the ball straight down your throat. You know what's coming, and you can't stop it. And it happens every week.
Yeah, man. Well.
All right, Terrence, we're going to get you out of here, man. But before we do, Happy New Year's, man. It's a new year. I'm sure everybody says new year, new you. What's your resolution, man?
My resolution is to be the best husband and the best father that I can be moving forward.
There you go, man. There you have it.
That's all that matters. The rest of the shit doesn't matter.